Hi, it's Sarah here. I've had a lot of people ask me how I made these flowers that I've been using on some of my cards and projects recently, and I did say I'd do a video tutorial, so here it is. So these are the items that you will need. You need some watercolour paper. Go for a good quality one because the flowers will work better that way. I've used, to make these flowers, this Stampin' Up punch. You can use any of the dies that you've got, flower dies, but to get the best flowers, use a die where the petals are quite long, and you'll see why when we make the flowers. I've got a moulding mat and I've got a poker tool. This is very, very important to make flowers. And I'm colouring my flowers with distress inks, but you could use distress stains and any other paints that you've got. So I'll show you what to do now. So here are some of the flower shapes that I've got cut out already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my distress ink and I'm going to use my heat resistant mat as a palette. So I'll put some of the ink on there. I'm just going to get a spritzer, water spritzer, spritz that a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my flowers and I'm going to put them in there, work them round and round like that. Okay, both sides. Now if you want, you can use the tweezers if you don't want to get your fingers too messy, but that's part of the fun of crafting, isn't it, getting messy. So just soak up some of the colour. So get it really soaked in so that you've got a good coverage of colour. Okay, so I've done it there. I'm also going to do some leaves. So what I'll do now is I'll just dry that bit off. I'm going to put on some green for the leaves. Same thing again, distress ink on the mat, spritzer. The leaves that I've just cut out, I'm going to put those through like that, turn them over, do the other side, okay, and then put those to one side to dry. Right, now what I'm going to do with each of the flowers, I'm just going to puncture a hole in the middle. You could do this when the flowers are dry before you colour them if you want. So just in the middle with the poker tool, just to make it easy to assemble the flowers when they're ready. And then this is where the poker tool comes in. So you're going to get your poker tool on one of the petals, and this is why the longer petals are the best for these flowers. Just get the end there and then just roll it around the edge, like that, if you can see. And with your two fingers, just pinch it in, like that. Work your way around, do all the petals, pinch them in. Roll it round. If you feel that the petals now are starting to feel a bit dry, you can use, just see like that one there, that was quite dry, I couldn't really squeeze that in quite so much. So just spritz it again with the water to make the paper softer and more pliable. So go all the way around, pinching them in. Keep on going till you've done the whole flower. And you'll do this on all of the flowers. And then what we'll do is, we'll get our moulding mat and just shape it a little bit in the middle, just a little bit, press down quite hard, pull your flowers up, your petals up, okay? And you'll just leave that to dry. So you're going to do that with all of your flowers. With the leaves, you've got the leaf there, and whilst that's still wet, you literally with your fingers going to just like pleat it in like that, really pull it in tight. So you've got like a crinkled up version of a leaf, and with that one. And we're going to leave those to dry as well. Right, so now we're going to actually assemble the flowers. So what we're going to use is 3 of these for the stamens in the middle of the flowers. Right, and we're going to get our flowers. And what I did was, after I'd let them dry, you'll actually see now they're actually quite firm, these flowers. I've got 3 of them where I've got the petals going under, and then I've done another 3 where the petals are going inwards to give 2 different looks to the flowers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get these wire ends and we are going to just poke them through the hole that we made with the poker tool earlier. Okay, so just pull them all through like that. Okay, you can just push up your petals a bit. You can see there. Then what I'm going to do is, I've got some Cosmic Shimmer glue, I'm just going to put a little blob on the back there. I'm going to get my next flower, I'm going to put that one through, and then what you can do, as you pull it through, try and stagger the petals. Okay, so put that through, and because we've got the Cosmic Shimmer glue there, it's going to hold it in place. Okay, so again, turn it over, blob of glue. We'll put our next layer, thread that through. You can also, if you want, whilst the flowers are drying, you can actually run the edges of these over your distressing if you wanted to just tinge the ends of the petals just to make them look a bit different. And can you see how the flower is building up there? Just move it around a bit, and I'm going to make this a really full flower. Normally I just have 3 layers, but I'm going to have 4 on this one to make it look really full. So poke that one through as well. My hole's a bit small on there, that's it. Okay, and pull that one through, and then that there is our one flower made. Okay, so now this is the other flower where we've got the petals going inwards. So again, it's exactly the same thing. We're going to, just need to poke that one through again. That's it. We're going to poke the wires through. You could also, if you wanted to, you could use little beads that you put on wire to give a different look to the inside of your flowers. You could add flower soft, all sorts of things to make the insides look different. Just get that one through, whoops. Pull that one through like that. And then this is our last one. Bit more glue. We'll poke that one through. Okay, so that's another flower. So if you can see there, we've got 2 different flowers. One where you've got your petals going inwards, and that one, oh, beg your pardon, that one's going outwards, and that one's going inwards. 2 flowers there. Okay, and then the leaves. This is what your leaves will look like once they have dried. And because we've used the watercolour paper, it's soaked the colour up nicely. With the distress inks, and because we've creased it all, some parts of the leaves look darker than others. And then what you can do then is you can put your flowers together on the project you're doing, and add your leaves, and hopefully it'll look quite realistic. And here's a card that I made recently where I've put on one of the lilac flowers that I made, and with this one I used some fine jewellery wire and just some ordinary seed beads that I threaded through, and I've used those for the centres of the flowers. So I hope you found that tutorial interesting. Hope you'll make lots of flowers and show me, and thank you to my son Daniel for videoing again. Bye!